Hi guys, Duke DeLate here for another episode 2 as a matter of fact, of Pickup Daily Podcast. I'm here, maybe I should call it Pickup Daily Radio, huh? I don't know about podcasts.
Pickup Daily Radio.
Pickup Daily, I don't know what we're going to call it, but it's basically attached to my frickin' Pickup Daily YouTube channel, and we're doing it every day. So that's that. We originally called it Pickup Weekly because we were going to release it every week, and then I decided that it was not that difficult to record a half hour, 15 minutes, a half hour podcast every day. So I'm just going to do it and just drop mad knowledge and thoughts about life, love, happiness, and game on you from this side of the world. I'm here with my friend, compatriot, compadre, grandmaster of social everything, owner of SQNation.com and the YouTube channel Social Q, Lendy Pies.
What
Welcome,
up, yo?
Lendy.
What's up, everyone?
We're just sitting here in the car. We just came back from the mall. We're going to edit a whole bunch of video for our respective YouTube channels here at the library because they have excellent Wi-Fi. And we were going to talk a bit about. We just did one on consistency, right? But I've said that stuff too much, and the recording screwed up. So we're going to talk about something totally and completely different.
Okay.
Which is. I kind of want to talk about systems.
Okay.
I had a student this weekend, and he was like...
What do you refer about systems?
Like systems, like attacking your goals in a systematic way, and like the good parts and bad parts of having a structure around what is sort of...
Yeah.
Actually a non-structured thing. Like human interaction is not linear. It's not something that's, easy to do. And we develop a lot of systems to try to simplify down and create something that is measurable, that's empirical, that we can sort of see results and progress. Otherwise we get sort of discouraged, and then we don't finish out our actions on that stuff. I mean, you have a system at Social Q, right, to do night game and like to go talk to girls.
Yeah.
And what's like the general structure of your system?
So like my ritual, then when I go out and just start talking to women.
Yeah.
Dude, like when I go out, I mean, this is what I get ready, do all my shit, and then when I go out, I stop at the gas station, I get a Red Bull, and then I just listen to, I'll put on some like RSD or just anybody just to listen to, just to get pumped out, and then once I get there, I just make sure that I'm gonna, have a good time. I'm not gonna like lay out expectations in my head, because obviously if you don't meet them, you get discouraged. But I'm gonna have a goal, and then I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna talk to 4 or 5 girls tonight, and then I go with the intention of having fun, and then obviously getting my goals out. But eventually I end up talking to like more women. So I mean, that's great, right? But my ritual to get to that point is just basically, just have that mentality, just have like a open mentality about things. Just know that you're going there to have a good time, and you want to meet people,
Yeah, dude, like the ritual in the beginning, I think we all have a certain headspace that we're in that doesn't allow us access to our social tools, right?
Yeah.
This is kind of an old pickup concept where we're sitting there, we're like at work all day, or we're, talking only with one friend, or we're driving, or something else is going on, that we get into this sort of hypnotic space that we get zoned out, and we're not really accessing the parts of our brain that can be vivacious or charismatic or energetic in the social context. So you have to kind of get yourself up into that state before you can go out and run game really effectively. Not to say that you can't run game effectively from a low energy state, but you got to kind of get yourself into a space where you're talkative, where you can convey information and about yourself and relate with other people. Because, you know, you can go out there and Casanova yourself with nothing but body language, but you're going to get limited results that way. Most people want to have a conversation. Like my ritual is I will turn on music and pump myself up, with positive stuff. I used to do a lot of affirmations and things of that nature, but I haven't found a lot of percentage results in that stuff. I just thought they kind of keep me focused and keep me feeling better about it. So now I actually focus in the venue because I think it's important to anchor a calm, like grounded state to the nightclub venue that you're in. Right? So when I walk in, I feel that state rather than anxious or nervous or anticipatory, like trying to like talk to the people inside. I'm like, kind of amped up like that. I'm more like when I walk into a place, I want to just like feel like I own it and feel like any move that I make here is not only going to be okay, it's going to set the standard because everybody else is kind of looking up to me or looking at me to see what they can give themselves permission to do. And, that's totally arbitrary. It's not like I'm actually some sort of status symbol in most places that I go to, but acting that way in a non-pretentious, like put somebody else down so you can step up kind of way, acting that way creates like a serious vibe around you that is very attractive to people who are looking for that kind of permission, people who are looking for that kind of freedom. So I don't know where I was going with. So when I go into a venue, that's generally, I don't really have a pre-venue ritual unless I'm fucking tired as shit, then I'll do the Red Bull thing. Especially on boot camp, because like we'll go for 14, 16 hours straight on a Saturday, and they still want to do day game on Sunday, and that's like Red Bull time, dude. It's bad news.
Hey, it's bad when the Red Bull doesn't even work anymore, man.
Exactly.
You're like, fuck.
I used to do caffeine pills. I think I actually might go back to them because they're a lot cleaner than Red Bull, like as far as like leaving a footprint on your system. But what I should actually do for my own personal health is sleep more. But yeah, so I were talking about systems. In the venue, whether it's day game or night game venue, in the mall or on the beach or even the night game venue like a club, nightclub, bar, it's important to have not just a system, but like systematic goals to accomplish. Otherwise, you're kind of like rolling through the world and floating along and maybe accomplishing something, maybe not so much. And so like we have a system, a day game, we call it CQC. Check out theattractiveman.com if you want to learn more about that stuff. And then, Mystery had an old system that he used everywhere. It's called the M3 model. It starts with, attraction and then comfort and then actual sex stuff. And it's a progression. It's a way to look at the world that gives you kind of a roadmap of what you're supposed to do next, or what would be best to do next, if you're looking at a very particular goal. Now, I'm not saying that it's always right, and I think that's one of the pitfalls of systems. A lot of guys will look at a system and be like, oh, that's the be-all, end-all thing. That's the only thing I ever needed to know. And then they go out and they run the system, and in the parts where the system doesn't work, they choose not to adapt. They just try to adapt the system to it, and usually that results in chaos and ridiculousness. So Lendy's passing out, and he doesn't have anything to say about this.
Well, my thing is, when I go and I'm trying to like have a good time, like I go out and I think what I do first is like I'll start walking around through the whole club, just to check out the place, check out the vibe.
Yeah.
And then I'll just measure. I'll just start seeing who's there, what's the energy, how many girls are in there, where all the girls at, and I just start walking around the place. I won't burn the place out in like 15 minutes, and then just be like, oh, okay, it's time to leave, because honestly, there's no better place than the bungalow.
Right.
But yeah, once I situate myself, I can actually just start approaching, and then from there I can just switch off places, you know, and then I can go here, I can go over there, or I can go to the bar, or I can just go to the backyard or to the back place, or I can just, you know, I can just figure out what to do. But and like, as long as I know the whole place, like I'm not gonna be like parched in just one single area, especially if I'm opening a second, I'm talking to a girl. Like obviously I want her to, like, you know, I want to move around with her. I want to show her that I'm fun. I want to make her laugh. I want to make her interested and entertaining for her, man. Because like, if you know, you get those dudes that you go to this one place and then you just stand in that one spot during the whole night and you do not move. You just stand at that spot for forever, right? And you don't move. You're just like, okay, well, I'm just chilling here, and then girls see you, they walk by, and then they'll leave you there, and then they'll walk by again, and you're still standing there, and you're not talking to anybody. So that's kind of a problem, you know. So you have to be like, okay, well, the whole thing I'm trying to say is just move. You know, get to know your venue, get to know where's everything at, so you can like make it more interesting for your approaches.
Yeah, we have a similar thing in there at Attractive Man. The concept's called points of interest. We actually run through a venue or run through the mall or run through wherever we're at, looking for places interesting, you know, things, pieces of art, or interesting like historical places, or, you know, even interesting textures on drapes and things, interesting looking things, so that when we meet up with a girl, we can be like, oh, I got to show you this thing over here. That's interesting, and so you can build a shared experience with each other. So I think that's actually in my my venue routine, where in the system, and it totally helps because one, it keeps you moving through the venue, and two, it gives you something to talk about, something to connect with, and a place to create an adventure where another guy might be asking for, you know, logistics information or whatever, where you can just sort of show her how awesome you are right away.
No, yeah, like, I mean, like, that's the point of all that, right? You want to go and find like where you're comfortable at. There's a theory where they say, like, if you go to like this one place that you've never been before, you're gonna feel like weird and uncomfortable because you don't really know the place, right?
Yeah.
But once you start going to it like so many times, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, I'm used to this. Like, you will walk in like that's your fucking house. Like, you'll walk in like you own the place.
Yeah, true. And you know, I kind of find that I walk into most places like that nowadays.
Yeah.
Because it's like you've seen one large nightclub, you've seen them all. You've seen one small nightclub, you've seen them all. You've seen one local dive bar, you've seen pretty much all of them. They all kind of work the same way. And so it just repeated exposure going over and over and over again to the same places sort of desensitizes yourself to both the novelty and the intimidation factor of the venue. So I think it's important to get in consistency in that way. But so after you check out the venue and you get acclimated to it, what's your next stage in the system?
Approach. I mean, once you get acclimated, you're like just comfortable around it. Just start approaching. It shouldn't be difficult at that point, because, like, you know, I mean, you get options. You got more options now. So you approach, and if you get blown up, you just move to the next spot, and then there's gonna be more girls there, and you're gonna start talking. And the next thing you want to do is just work on your approach and work on, like, what the fuck? I just went blank. Just work on escalating, you know. Switch locations. Go to if the place has usually a bar has like 3 or 4 bars nowadays. So go to one place to another one. You know, just switch it out and try to like keep it, you know, like I said, interesting. Because like the one thing is, like, some guys will just stay in the same spot with a girl unless you're gonna close right there. If you don't close, you're gonna lose that set immediately. Right? Because, I mean, you're just standing there, you're not offering any value, you're not offering anything to the girl for her to say, oh, this is interesting, like, I'm gonna sit, you know, this guy's cool, like, he's cute, I want to hook up with him. No. Unless if you're not gonna close, then I suggest you to, like, move around and just walk around and just keep it, you know, fun. and meeting people. And the one thing that I like to do is just introduce the girl to another girls that I haven't met. They're just walking around, be like, oh hey, meet my friend, you know, and stuff like that, just to make it awesome. And they're gonna see us like you're pretty high value because you're just introducing people, you know, like that's cool. But,
so you're kind of socially facilitating new relationships.
yeah.
Right? You're like creating like new networking connections. So,
Yeah.
you know, reading the cues of being social.
Social.
Awesome. So, as you're rolling through, how do you think that running or sticking to a system like that helps your game overall?
I mean, like in the beginning, it's gonna suck because you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know what you're gonna do, and you're gonna lose the set, and you're just gonna, you know, you're just gonna feel like, oh fuck, man, I just need to practice more, you know. And like, eventually, when you get that practice in, and you keep doing it constantly, and then you're subconsciously gonna know what to do. Like it's gonna become second nature that you're just gonna be like, you know, I can like move around here. If something happens, oh, I can go this. Okay, cool, I can do this. Hey, let's go grab a drink. Oh, hey, let's do this. Or hey, let's meet some more people. And then you meet people, and then it just builds up from there. You know, you can even at one point you can even be like, hey, let's switch venues. Let's go to like a different place or bar. And I mean, that's just like, I mean, just it depends how far you want to get it. You know, it depends how far you want to go with this.
Right, and that goes back to goal setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So, I mean, the weak parts of systems is a lot of guys get stuck. They say, okay, it should work exactly like this, and then they kind of get myopic, and they, you know, they only see the system, and they don't see what the point of the system is to actually get better in the real world, at adaptation, at calibration. Like calibration, I heard one of my mentors say, is all of game. Like, you basically go in and then you calibrate until everybody's, you know, kind of on the same level.
Yeah.
Right? That's calibration. And if you don't learn to calibrate because you're stuck in a system, then you're missing the point in general. Like you go out, you run your thing, you're fun, you meet all these girls, right? But if you're not, you know, getting results, like getting girlfriends and, you know, getting sexual partners and stuff out of the whole thing, then your system is flawed. And you need to stop sticking to the system and find a new, better, upgraded system to run, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. So yeah. I think that's about it from me. You want to wrap it up, Mr. Pies?
Yeah, guys. Thank you for joining in, bros. And if you guys want to find me or anything like that, just go to like sqnation.com. Shoot me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. YouTube, social cues. For Duke, if you guys want to find him out, Pickup Daily or pickupdaily.com.
.net.
Pickupdaily.net. Scratch that. Pickupdaily.net. Ask stuff. Go to Attractive Man. Search them. I mean, dude, we're all over doing this. And yeah, man, I see you guys on the next one.
Stay awesome.
Late.
Light up the past just like a cigarette.